Tibbs system. He starts 40 minutes a game. But the Pistons have players on the bench to match up well. I think they match up extremely well against the Pistons. I'll take Pistons in 7.
Did you guys see that clip when Cade's like, I didn't know he talked like that with Giannis?
That was so good.
Also, the Knicks haven't been shooting the 3-ball well as of late. Really, all second half of the season, Knicks have fallen off of a cliff. Granted, Brunson was hurt. You had to ask OG to do things he's not used to. Mikal Bridges, asking him to score more. But I'm not... I think one of them gets hurt. Bridges played, 600 straight games? 550?
Yeah, he's
the
not
last one didn't count. He was in for a second.
But it did count. He played.
Yeah, he got in and got a foul.
Who do you guys think of the coaching
matchup
in that? What side has the better coaching?
Tibbs is a better coach, but he has flaws.
His offensive style, he's not an offensive coach.
So why is he better?
Because he can have a championship level defense. He's going to get the most out of those 6 guys. He's going to run them to the ground.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't have anything.
But it's enough to win a series.
Honestly, I would probably give JB the edge because he raised this team up. They won 25 more games this season. JB is the floor raiser.
It's the biggest turnaround in NBA history.
Yeah. So I would give JB
something. I mean, that is crazy.
The edge offensively and defensively, just a slight disadvantage against Tibbs. It's tough. It's closer than you probably think, Bill.
It's them coaching?
Yeah.
Tibbs is a borderline Hall of Fame
I would
coach.
say this. Tibbs, for his career, is better, but at this exact moment in time, I think Tibbs is washed.
I mean, the game might have passed him by. He's probably playing a style that's a little outdated.
Exactly.
That's probably more suited for the...
Once Tibbs gets fired in New York, and then he'll be that great defensive coordinator for a championship team, potentially. Again.
Yeah.
I think he's great in that role. I don't think Tibbs is a bad coach. I just think he runs guys out of the ground.
I mean, there's 15 hacks in the league. We're not going to say Tibbs is a bad coach.
No, I don't think he's bad at all. No, not at all.
But yeah, I got Pistons, Bill. So I know you say you like the Knicks, but you have Knicks in what?
7.
Knicks in 7. You had
Pistons in 6.
What about you, John?
I'd probably go Pistons in 6, just because it's my team. I could see the moment being too big for him, though. I mean, that's a huge... I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Is Ivy's cleared to play? Is he going to play?
There's no way he's ready.
I don't think he's ready. And even if he is ready, he hasn't played in 3-4
you don't want to throw
months.
him into that.
And how well Malik Beasley's been playing off the bench. Even Schroeder off the bench. And Malik Beasley's been unbelievable.
He's been talking shit to the fans.
What's the key matchup in that series?
I think it's Dern and Cat. If Dern can...
I think it's Cade and...
Brunson?
Cade and Brunson. Dern,
those are the two.
He's not there, but Cat can't stop
But
him.
if he could shut down Cat, and if they don't have offense from Cat, like the threes...
Yeah, exactly.
The Knicks are screwed.
If the Pistons can control the glass, you have to like them in that series. If they can control the rebounding and stuff at the basket, that's big. Because you would think...
He gives up the highest percentage in the paint.
Yeah, he sucks.
It's like an average of 63%.
He's an all-offensive player.
But his offense is unbelievable.
I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but defense wins championships.
Like, if it's just offensive, like, if you're just looking at that, Cat might be, like, top 5 in the NBA.
I like Cat.
Everything.
How's he in the playoffs?
Who?
Cat.
He was really good last year for Minnesota.
Really
they almost made the finals.
He can't defend well.
Hey, Minnesota sure misses him.
No, I mean, that was a terrible trade. I'd rather have Cat than... I think Randall's terrible.
That was a bad trade but for Minnesota.
I mean, like you said, maybe they wanted more money. Now
they
could
saved
get
money.
Kevin Durant, but how old is Kevin Durant now? Like 38?
Something like that, 36.
He's not going to help much, I don't think, unless he just is like
Give
a number 2 or
offense.
3. Yeah.
We all have the Pistons, except Fernando.
No, he's got the Knicks in 7.
You have the Knicks. You have the Pistons. Next series.
The Knicks will probably win, but I just
Celtics Magic 2-7.
This is not even. There's not much to.
It's the biggest line of the playoffs.
The Celtics are going to sweep them. It's not even at minus 7,000 to win. Like, give me a break. This isn't even a matchup. The Celtics are going to blow them out every game.
I mean, the only thing about this, if you're a Boston fan, you would just want to get through the series
injuries.
Without anybody getting hurt. I mean, that's it. I think the Magic could win a game.
Maybe
a game.
They have no chance.
But no chance to win it, I don't think.
No.
They just don't score enough. Orlando's actually really good defensively, but they just don't have any kind of...
They've been decimated with injuries this year, too.
That, too.
And
they don't have guards. Like, you don't have a point guard.
Even if Suggs was healthy, he's not an actual point guard. I think he's an off-ball guard.
More Marcus Smart kind of type.
Exactly. Smart or Avery Bradley, right?
He's the guard you put next to your guard.
Yep.
And it'll floor... Like, if he was next to Dame Lillard... That'd be unbelievable. Like,
defensively, he's one of the best guards in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's probably top 10, right? But yeah, I have Celtics in 4.
I'm a big Suggs fan. Yeah. So this is to me this is the easiest pick of the whole first round, even more so than the 1 seeds. I think the Celtics are just going to roll them.
Yeah, the only time Tatum played against the Magic this season, he had like 30 and 15. So he actually really loves that Paolo matchup. It's like a little big brother at Duke versus a little brother. He loves just pounding him. So that's going to be really, really ugly to see.
John?
I mean, I'm going with the Celtics.
No way.
There's really nothing to even talk about. It's you just don't want to see any injuries. That's pretty much it.
And I also don't see the Knicks or Pistons even competing with the Celtics in the following round. It'll probably be like a 5-game series.
Knicks haven't beat any of the top teams this year, any of the top 3 seeds, right?
I actually do think the Pistons would give the Celtics a better series.
They would be very annoying.
I would too. I mean, I would agree. But
They would give them a better. They would hurt somebody, which would make me happy. Probably no, they wouldn't beat them, but they would make it ugly.
Yeah, it's always close when we play the Pistons.
Yeah, it's a war.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I hope so. For that reason alone, and if the Pistons beat the Celtics, Bill, can I like dump something on your head on the show? We got to make if that happens, I'll do something.
You see that? We're gonna hang a noose, and I'm just gonna kill myself right here.
You have to come on if they somehow
TV.
beat them. Nothing would make me happier if the Pistons
somehow beat the Celtics.
How would you get a Pistons tattoo?
I'll get it on my ass.
All right. A little horsey on your ass.
Yeah, I want the chest piece one. I like that logo.
Old logo. Yeah, that's. I hate the new logos.
Yeah.
Who would you root for in that series? Pistons, Celtics.
I mean, I would want the Pistons, but they don't.
Yeah, just so I can hang myself.
I'm wearing old Celtic gear. Yeah.
It's going to be Lakers, Celtics, and Luka's going to hit a game winner in Game 7.
Okay.
Get his revenge.
I do think it's going to be an LA Celtics finals. I just don't know which LA team. I don't know if it'll be Clippers or Lakers.
Clippers, Whippers, Louisville with the strippers, Lakers in 5.
I think I'm going to go with the Thunder out of the West, and I'll go with the Celtics in the East for the finals.
West is really a crapshoot. We've been saying it all season long. I think it's going to be a rematch. Warriors and Celtics.
Oof.
I think the Warriors make it. I think the Jimmy.
Could you guys handle if you guys lost to the Warriors in the finals again? What would that do to you guys?
Noose round 2?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be a noose situation because it's like you're losing.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, you're
He's
losing.
Still the best player
He's
in the
one of
series.
the 10 best players of all time. He gets another ring. We have to put him in the conversation. Top 10.
They put him at 5 rings.
I would put him in the top 10.
He's probably already top 10. I think that moves him to top 5.
In my opinion, Curry's the second best player I've ever seen in my life.
Who's number 1? LeBron?
LeBron James, yeah.
You know, there's people arguing like Curry over Magic already.
No, they are. There's
Curry
people that
is
think
better
that.
than Magic.
That's.
I don't agree with that.
Who's a better? I'd rather have Curry with the last 5 seconds than Magic.
Magic had game winners that were like against real defenses. Like
Magic will also get you the best shot. Curry isn't a playmaker like that. That's why at point guard I'll give the edge.
Magic
to Magic
can play in any era.
Yeah.
You know
So
Magic's
Curry,
rookie.
you don't think so?
You know Magic's rookie year, he won Finals MVP playing the center.
They would hurt
his
Curry.
rookie year.
One thing I do keep hearing, and just to point how John was saying, is people. I always hear this stuff. Oh, like if they played in the '80s and '90s, the 2000, like they would be beat up. And obviously we see these highlights and these clips, but I also saw highlights and clips of the same era where people wouldn't even contest people going to the rim.
Yeah, walking back on defense,
there's no question.
They're smoking
People
cigarettes at that time.
People overrate their era, for sure.
They want to say, oh, my era is the toughest, people wouldn't survive. But yet I saw a clip of Michael, it was like a 10-minute compilation of Jordan driving to the lane and everyone just backs away.
Well, when I say that, though, but did you watch him against the Pistons?
But that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Those were contested shots.
You just do certain highlights, but there's also other stuff too. You know what I mean?
No, but they tried to kill Jordan.
At times,
they did.
More times than not.
Pistons had the Jordan.
I mean, they were body slamming him. Watch the tape. I mean, it wasn't even basketball. It was like wrestling.
I love seeing
but
that.
Isaiah Thomas was smaller than Curry, and he survived that era.
He's heavier though. He's 200.
He is, but I'm
he's
just
not
saying
quick.
He's probably quicker.
Curry has more finesse than Isaiah Thomas.
Better shooter, but Isaiah. That would have been a great matchup.
He actually didn't last that long either. When you think about it, his career was very short.
He tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
No, but imagine if Isaiah played now. He plays longer than 12 years.
Well, you can say that about Bird. You can say that about Magic. You can say about anyone.
That's what I'm trying to say. The era does wear you down. When he went to the,
but also the way.
Hold on a second, guys. He went to the basket against Karl Malone. He hit him in the head, and he got like 40 stitches, and came back into the game. Guys aren't doing that right now, ever.
But that's why they play longer. Like that's
the
whole point.
I agree, but that mentality, I do think somebody would have went at Curry and got him. I think somebody would have got him.
I don't think.
I don't think
And
so. Did
Curry-
he go after Pistol Pete? Like
Curry
there's
got
plenty of
hurt.
guys that survived.
Curry was injury risk now. In today's game, he was rolling his ankles. You don't think somebody's going to under his feet when he's shooting a 35-footer?
No shot.
The state of like medicine, I think that's why players don't get as injured as often, or even career-ending injuries. You could, in the 80s and 90s, you tear your ACL, you ain't coming back.
That is true. Yeah, like
Now-
if you tear your Achilles, you can still play now.
Yeah.
Even though
Well,
it is
Durant's been back for years. with
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like back when
Paul
Isaiah,
George
when
snapped
Barkley
his
and
leg
Isaiah
in
tore
half.
their Achilles, they never played.
No,
again.
when
They were
Kobe
done.
tore his Achilles, he never played again.
he played one more year.
But he wasn't.
He was.
Yeah,
coach.
he still
wasn't.
wasn't bad.
But yeah, so I think that's the main difference between the eras is medicine, honestly, and the coaching staff, the film, analytics.
Well, all of it. They eat better.
Yeah.
They take. They're more into it. Michael Jordan.
In the
would-
60s, they're drinking beers and smoking
Well, Jordan,
cigarettes at halftime.
Jordan would
That's
go
awesome.
play 18 holes
That's
of golf, and he would drink and play golf. And
In
then
the
go
sun, yeah.
score
Go
40
play
in a game.
blackjack.
So it is.
Yeah, Jordan just got done with a fucking 36-hour bender,
Yeah.
betting
He's
and
great.
gambling on
That's
games.
awesome. That's
It's
awesome.
awesome.
Oh, but getting back to the original argument, Curry or Magic, I know Magic could play in any era.
Yeah.
Like Magic
I
would
think
be
Curry
like
could too.
Magic would kind of be like Jokic right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Jokic
he'd
is
be a
better
different
than
version of
Magic.
it. You don't understand what Magic did. He played center as a rookie and won the NBA championship
MVP. Yeah.
Against Moses freaking Malone.
against the Sixers.
You know what Jokic would do against those guys? He would kill them.
He might, but I'm just saying, Magic is not
I don't know if
appreciated.
he'd kill Moses Malone.
Yeah.
He would kill them.
I don't think he's
he would
killing.
kill him.
I don't think he's
Run
killing
outside.
Walton. I
No.
don't think he's
I don't
killing
think he kills him.
Parrish. I don't think he's
kill
killing.
all of them.
No.
No, the centers in the
They
80s.
couldn't guard outside.
But he's not going to go by
Yeah,
him.
he can't guard them.
Jokic
Yeah.
would just shoot over. 'em.
Jokic can't guard those guys.
Well, I'm not saying that he could, but I'm saying they wouldn't be able to stop Jokic at all. They wouldn't even see that of the passes, anything coming. Their people are much more skilled now and much more developed.
Well, it's evolution,
Like,
I mean-
yeah, I mean
No, but
that's why I hate when people.
the 80s and the
compare.
90s was like the peak,
Peak
big
of
man.
bigs. Yeah.
No, I like
I mean,
I like the
it
the
was
big
insane.
basketball.
Where
I
does
like it
Jokic
better.
rank all time with bigs?
He's probably number one.
I-
What other big is getting a 60-point?
If you just look at the
triple-double
accolades, you
2020?
could almost argue him at number one.
One ring hurts, though. It really hurts.
Well, his career's not over yet. I
he's
wanna
not
see-
getting another ring, though.
Probably not in Denver.
No, not in Denver. But I mean, I hate just comparing things to rings. I think overall he's
With
the
the
best
MVPs and looking at his stats alone, you could argue, but
He
it's
should
hard.
win now. It's
if-
going to be voter fatigue that he doesn't
For us
win.
looking at it now, like, it's hard to argue him against Shaq. It's hard to argue.
They're different types
But we
of
did
players.
this back 50, 60 years ago with Wilt and Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And Wilt had every statistical accolade. He averaged freaking 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Like, he did that. He scored 100 points in a game. All
He's
these
like
different things.
212 40-point games.
But nobody has him above
Wilt is
Russell
like, there's nobody
because he
else
doesn't
up.
have the rings. He was considered a loser.
He's better than Russell, I think.
Statistically, yes, but the point of the game is to win and make others better and win games. Russell elevated all these goofy white guys like freaking Tommy Heinsohn and Bob Cousy
Sam
and
Jones.
Havlicek. Well, Sam Jones is awesome, but
Yeah, he's
I'm just
good.
saying.
But, I mean, like, if Jokic was on the Celtics, they would put more players around him. He is a function of the Nuggets franchise. They're terrible.
Yeah, like
But in
they,
this
they won
era-
the championship and
and
then
they don't
got
even
rid of
sign
all
the
their
guys.
talent.
Yeah, exactly.
But in this era,
same
don't you
thing
blame the
with
player
Lakers
for that? The player has the power. If he was Americanized, he would have already requested a trade. He'd already be somewhere else.
True.
Like, they have nobody to blame
But-
but themselves on this one.
Yeah, I don't like comparing anybody to any Celtic player because when you go to the Celtics, it's like going to the Yankees. You have advantages that especially comparing to like Denver. Denver never won a championship before. Like,
Wilt had to
like
leave
right,
too.
think about right now. The Celtics just won the title, and then you're gonna lose, White. You're gonna lose, like even like a guy like Cornette. You're gonna lose some key guys that might actually help you win a championship. They're just gone. You probably don't repeat.
Well, they're
because
going to
of
draft Walter Clayton, dude.
that. But I'm just saying
They are.
the
Right.
Celtics don't blow up a championship team. They held on to Larry Bird. He couldn't even walk, and they were still running him out there. Like there
Celtics did re-sign everyone and saying fuck the luxury
Luxury
tax.
tax.
yeah,
Second
Denver
apron.
did.
Nuggets deemed and budge. They didn't resign
Yeah,
anyone.
And they weren't even in
It
the
does
second
matter.
apron. Yeah.
Yeah,
It does matter who you play for.
100% does.
But that's
Like if
why
Jokic was on the Lakers, he'd have more than one championship.
But that's why a lot of guys left their teams. That's why Moses went to a different team. That's why Wilt went to a different team. That's why
He's European though. They don't.
But Jokic
it's
is
different.
he just shows up. I don't even think he likes basketball. He just does what he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Well,
it's
a
just
different culture too that he's from. I was seeing. Did you guys see that Mark Cuban was talking about that a little bit? He was like with the Slavic and Bosnian not Bosnian, the Slavic players, like they're just very different than the American player. Like that people hate on Luka and Jokic for not being in shape and la da da, but it's like a different culture. Like it's not like how the American culture is here. Like it's very, very different. Same thing with like Manu in Argentina, like the French players, like maybe they're a little bit closer to the American, but like in the Baltics they're just it's just very different. You know what I mean? Like there's games
they're
there's
not going to run from the ground. They're not going to run.
yeah,
from the
they
team.
like still value like hanging out with family, doing their side things. Like hey, just doing other stuff instead of just focusing your whole life on just one thing. And he was like, and that's one thing that is different from them than us. Like if you see their games, the fans are like blowing flares, like all jumping around, chanting the whole game. Like
it's more like a college football game. how it
yeah,
is here.
like even more so. Like it's a whole nother level to it.
But that's
or
why
whatever,
we
but-
respect the Kobe's, the MJ's.
Yeah, 'cause
because
they
they're
put in the-
obsessed with losing to them. It's not even about winning. It's just about not losing. Like there's nothing worse than losing. Like it's that Pat Riley mentality, and
Yeah.
they just don't have it.
It's just different. And Mark Cuban said that. He said that's why he thinks Nico got rid of him, because it's like he doesn't see it from another cultural perspective. He just sees it like as what it is.
I saw a
I don't
quote
know.
of Mark Cuban responding to what Nico Harrison said. He was pretty much saying like, my goal isn't to worry about what Dirk says or something
It's
like
so
that.
disrespectful.
And then Mark Cuban was like, Dirk is the Mavericks. The Mavericks is Dirk. And it's like, and we just shat on Nico essentially for shit talking Dirk and the Mavericks and trading Luka and all that.
Yeah,
It's really bad. Nico's gonna get
if I was
thrown
there,
out.
if I was still there,
Already
Luca
has.
would still be here.
Nico's definitely on the Mount Rushmore of worst GMs ever.
He's a
after that
piece of
trade.
shit, dude. He's worse than Ryan Day, actually.
He's gonna get a statue in L.A., man. I mean, he's
He
a
is.
hero in L.A.
I can't.
Lakers
say.
are set up for.
Does he have any
next-
chance to lose his job?
Fuck yeah, he should lose his
He's
job.
but
not.
I doubt
the
it.
Mavericks
With the
are gonna.
He does.
They're
He does whatever the owner wants. So
The Mavericks gonna ride that
No,
for the
they
next
are.
2 years.
But I'm just saying.
I don't know
he
how
should
long his
be.
contract
We still don't
is.
know. Everyone's shitting on Nico, which I mean, it's not good. But we don't know. Did the owner basically force him to just make that trade?
Yeah.
We don't know that
Yeah,
how
we
that
don't know.
went down. That matters.
I sent in our group chat. Nico Harrison finally did an interview actually talking about it, about the Luka trade, but he ordered reporters to have no cameras and no recorders. He was just talking to them as people.
well, there's
So-
actually more than that. It's funny. He didn't want to do it. The owner made him do that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, but we don't know anything that's said, right?
That's what I'm saying. You don't know what was said behind.
No,
closed
but
doors.
with Nico, with the reporters that can't report, right?
He's a yes man, dude.
It's wild. But yeah, I personally think the Mavericks are going to ride with him for at least 2 years. I don't know how long his contract is, but probably after 2 years, he's going to
like
get fired.
if Nick, let's say the owners forced him. Okay, this has happened before in sports. This isn't like the first time this is happening. Like Bill Parcells, for example, he would have just resigned. He left the Patriots. He took them to the Super Bowl, and then he left for the Jets. They wanted to take Terry Glenn, a receiver. He got upset about that. He's like, it's a famous quote. You know, if I'm gonna cook the meal, you should let me pick the groceries. So, if Nico had any balls, I would have said, I'm not committing career suicide. I resign. I don't agree with this trade. I
Yeah.
quit. If they want to do it, it's on her. Now, if he's the one who came up with the idea and he's just that stupid, then that's his problem.
Which is what it sounds like.
If that's the case, then I don't know what to, he's just a bad GM.
Because apparently he watched the finals. He watched Luka quit in Game 3. He watched Jaylen Brown absolutely abuse him. And he said defense wins championships. Even though that hasn't been true in the NBA for like the last 10 years. But that's neither here nor there. But that is what his reasoning was. That's how he justified this. Which is all fine and good.
Yeah.
Which is all fine and good. If you trade for someone that's like a franchise player. If you traded for Giannis, we're not having this conversation.
Yeah.
Anthony
Or if he got
Edwards,
like
Anthony
10 years of first round picks or something crazy.
Something crazy.
Something you could
How's
say,
Mikal Bridges get 5 first
we can
round
build
picks,
on this
and
with
Luka
our
gets
team.
nothing.
Yeah, that's...
But the problem is he wanted AD. And that's obviously his ability to judge talent. It has to be in question just for that.
Well,
Did AD flip off LeBron when they played? Did you see that?
Yeah, I think he did.
So it's like
But
a joke, or was
yeah,
it
it's a joke.
serious?
They dapped up. They were smiling. Even LeBron smiled. It's like, motherfucker. I mean, I didn't look
he
into
just
it too
playing
much.
it off?
I mean,
Yeah,
he
didn't
should have. He
look into
traded
it
him.
too much.
I don't think LeBron traded him. I think Pelinka got a phone call. Was like, "Hey, do you want Luka for AD?" And Pelinka said,
There's no way
All right.
though they didn't run it by LeBron.
No, he probably ran it with Whitney. He didn't run it through LeBron.
AD
Once you get that call, it's all like
"No, but
you
AD's
just say
also a Rich Paul guy. If LeBron knew, Rich Paul would have known."
Well, it could be the other way. Rich Paul could have found out and told LeBron, and LeBron could have just looked the other way.
Yeah, I'm not saying LeBron.
I'm not saying Pelinka had to call LeBron. I'm just saying LeBron could have found out.
I'm just saying
Well,
LeBron.
yeah, no, I
you
do
don't
think
think
LeBron
you guys
found
don't think
out,
LeBron had any idea? I think that's crazy. I think he
Oh,
knew.
no,
He
he
was, I
probably
think he knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he knew what happened.
Yeah.
Sorry, I probably the way it sounded was like did
LeBron
have
did it,
something to
yeah.
do with it?
No,
And
no, no.
I don't
I'm
think
just
he had
saying.
anything to do with
I
it.
don't think you make a move like that without something like that, and like LeBron had to know it was coming. He knew who's the 12th man in the Lakers. He knew before Bronny.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Guys like in the NHL Eastern Conference.
Yeah, let's do the NHL East.
You want to do the next show?
Yeah, no, but it's just
We did it
it's just
because we did
You're
West
it's
on the
just
other one.
quick, Yeah,
NHL.
we'll just.
I mean, it's going to be the Panthers.
So we're doing the
Stupid.
East, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Eastern Conference NHL playoffs. You got Maple Leafs, Senators.
definitely Maple
Maples.
Leafs.
They always choke though.
Yeah, they
They
never win.
always choke,
Yeah.
always.
But
it's
I-
the first round.
I like them this year.
All
It's
right,
a
first
Fuck
round.
the
you
Maple
know.
Leafs. Lightning, Panthers.
That's the championship right
Billy
there.
loves the Panthers.
I just like
Whoever
teams going
wins-
back to back.
Whoever wins
championship.
that
It
series
is going to win it all. It's
Yeah,
win the cup.
whoever
The
wins that
Panthers-
series
It's going to win the whole thing.
The
Yeah,
Panthers
just give them
have
the
made
cup.
two
It's over.
straight finals.
It's World War 3.
Yeah.
They've made 2 in a row.
Lightning
And won
is
one.
what I've heard and what I've read. Who I think is going to win.
I think it's going to be the Panthers, but I'm rooting for the Lightning. I'm going to bet the
It
Lightning.
would be awesome if they beat the Panthers, though, because fuck the Panthers.
But yeah, pretty much who wins the series, I can see winning the whole thing.
I could see that. I'm going to pick the Maple Leafs in the next round.
Capitals and Montreal Canadiens.
Capitals.
Capitals.
Capitals roll.
And then Hurricanes, Devils.
That's actually a great series.
That's going to be really fun.
I
Go
think-
Devils, finally back in the playoffs.
Canes,
I'm going to go Canes.
You going Raising Canes?
Racing Canes.
All right. So that wraps up our Eastern
Show for
Conference
Alex.
for the NHL and the NBA playoffs. Obviously, we'll get back in the NBA playoffs as some of these series get on, and we'll talk about the more intriguing ones. And this is a Club Rat Show. My name is John.
I'm Jesiah.
Billy.
Fernando, and to end it, I want to shout out Alex Ovechkin, all-time leading scorer. I know last time we talked about it, he was on the brink of it, but he officially beat him, so shout out Alex Ovechkin.
There
He's
you
still
go.
not better than Gretzky.
And none of them are better than Gordie Howe. He's still the best.
There you go. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. See you guys next week. Peace.